Today we are reading from the 5th chapter called At Ease. Swamishri was always at ease, just as he was in love with everyone and everything. He was always eager to serve. It is this selfless dedication that puts Swamishri at ease. In seva and bhakti, in selfless service and loving devotion, one accommodates, adjusts, and listens. One makes room for people and their personalities. Despite being the president of the organization and responsible for its development, Swamishri always made space for the views and opinions of others. He was not possessive of projects or the admiration associated with their successes. He routinely went around the room with one simple question: "What do you think?" He did not just ask as a formality, but because he knew that collective participation would only help the development of individuals involved in the project and the progress of the community. Once, while in Kolkata, Swamishri held a meeting for the celebration of a large Hindu festival. During the meeting, one of the senior volunteers was adamant that the committee approach the project in a certain way. He convinced a few others on the committee to agree with him. Several other bhaktas and sadhus, devotees and monks, including Swamishri, tried to reason. "We have no problem doing it your way, but it will cost us time and money. The project will not be effective and may lose as much as 100,000 rupees. Please reconsider." The senior volunteer was stubborn. Even when he realized that he may be wrong, it was too late for him to admit it due to his pride. Swamishri gave in and permitted him to proceed. In just a few months, Swamishri received a call about how the initiative was not as effective in helping the community and resulted in losses for the organization. One of the sadhus turned to Swamishri and proclaimed, "Swamishri, I told you this was going to happen." Swamishri replied, "I agreed so that the volunteer would not feel ignored. He will learn and not make this mistake again. I gave in because eventually it will benefit both his development and the organization. I did not want him to feel insulted or leave his seva." Swamishri was extremely strict about wisely spending and responsibly accounting for the non-profit's money. He could not stand wasting a single paisa. Swamishri accommodated the views of this adamant volunteer because he was not just preparing for a festival. He was doing bhakti and seva, loving devotion, and selfless service. Swamishri cared for the bhakta's spiritual journey along with the success of an initiative. His humility and detachment allowed him to make space for others, the sign of a leader at ease. To be at ease is to share responsibilities with faith and trust, to work as a team. Swamishri carefully delegated responsibility, and once he did, he trusted people. He would not micromanage or interfere. He diligently monitored projects, but never in a way that exhibited distrust. He empowered people that served him. Several bhaktas and sadhus, devotees and monks, have shared stories of Swamishri visiting festival grounds, mandir construction sites, or cattle camps during the famines, where he made suggestions but then concluded with the following: "This is what I think. Make sure that you talk it over with your team and make an informed decision. Consult as many people as you need. You are running the day-to-day of the project and have a better understanding of the reality on the ground. I trust you to make the final call." Ishwar Charandas Swami led a team of bhaktas and sadhus that built and designed the Swaminarayan Akshardham New Delhi complexes. It was no small task, and throughout the 5-year process, Swamishri relentlessly supported. I have never worked with anyone who was as trusting as Swamishri. Once we decided on something together in a meeting, Swamishri would leave it up to me and the younger team members to deliver. It was the first time anyone on our team was building something of this scale and sophistication. Swamishri trusted us more than we trusted ourselves. This faith empowered us to complete the mandir in record time and efficiency. The only question I remember Swamishri repeatedly asking was, "What can I do to help and support the team? I am here for you. Let me know if you get stuck. We will work it out together." Swamishri stood by us and watched over us, but never made us feel observed or under surveillance. Surveillance. That's not a word, is it? Surveillance. To be at ease is to move on from a project after its completion. Swamishri immersed himself into the complexities and details of the organization's many projects. He simultaneously involved others to develop their management and leadership skills. He did not hold on or lay claim to his creations. Earlier in this book, I describe how Dr. Subramanian, that's a tough name, Subramanian, I think that's how it's pronounced, performed a quintuplet bypass on Swamishri in 1998. On the 25th of November, he visited Swaminarayan Akshardham, New Delhi, in the days following its inauguration. After touring the entire complex, he asked Swamishri, like any other successful professional would, "You have worked so hard on this project. What is your next project?" Swamishri's mind and heart worked differently. "Dr. Sahib, our only project is to do bhajan, devotional singing, bhakti, loving devotion, and seva, selfless service. To spread peace, encourage harmony, and inspire others to have faith and bhakti. It is our primary, ongoing project. All that happens on the social, spiritual, and humanitarian front is a side benefit." In a matter of days, Swamishri left New Delhi for Kolkata. In the days we spent together in Kolkata, Swamishri had all but forgotten the festivities for the inauguration and the dignitaries who had come to congratulate him on the opening of Swaminarayan Akshardham, New Delhi. For him, the chapter had ended and there was no need to relive past accomplishments and applause. Swamishri's respect, detachment, and humility as a leader came from his gaze fixed upon the divine. Swamishri did not believe that he led or created. In 2003, Magan Bhai asked Swamishri, "How do you manage these 500 mandirs and this global network of bhaktas and sadhus? You are always calm and at ease." Swamishri folded his hands towards his bhakta and revealed the secret to his ease. "I do not manage them. Only God and Guru, only spiritual source and teacher are managing them. I am not doing anything. God is the all-doer. When one believes, I am doing this, and the task is not completed successfully, one feels depressed. Put in all your effort, and then leave the end result to the divine. If he chooses not to give success, then we should embrace that as well. My Guru taught me that if you carry full pots of water on your head, you will constantly feel the weight. But if you swim in the ocean, you do not feel that weight. So, I do not carry those pots on my head. I immerse myself in God and Guru, and let them bear the weight of the tasks. If one has ego and attachment, there is no end to suffering. This is how the organization is being managed. God is managing it. Swamishri did not just say this, he lived it, and he was quick to remind his disciples when they forgot. Swamishri was in Atlanta for the opening of the BAPS Sri Swaminarayan Mandir there. It was one of the largest traditional stone Hindu mandirs outside of India, and the community was expecting several local politicians and interfaith leaders. The inauguration and Murti Pratishta ceremony were also going to be broadcast around the world. On the morning of the ceremony, Swamishri saw me standing in the corner of his room, dressed in a cream and deep orange sherwani, which is a traditional Indian attire, long coat. He called me over with his eyes. I walked over to his seat and leaned to talk to him. Yogi, why this outfit today? No white? Fancy. Swamishri, I am anchoring the global telecast on television today. Swamishri made note of what I had said and let me continue. He listened patiently, encouraging me with questions and startled expressions. After I explained the programming and our general strategy to speak to a diverse global audience, Swamishri asked me one of the toughest questions of my life. Who is anchoring today? I straightened my back and responded, I am, along with another young lady. Swamishri asked again, Who? Me, Swamishri. Your yogi? Swamishri was not pleased. My yogi would know that God is the all-doer. He is anchoring today. Yogi will just sit on the chair. This is how I live life. You should as well. Have you forgotten everything? I folded my hands and rephrased, God is anchoring today. Swamishri's face lit up as he responded approvingly. That's it. Now, no stress, no chinta, no worries. Now you will do great. The BAPS Swaminarayan Sanstha flourished under Swamishri's leadership from 1950 to 2016. During this period, Swamishri's commitment to serve was constant and consistent. In fact, the growth of the community and the projects he commenced increased exponentially between 1995 and 2010, which means that astonishingly, between the ages of 75 to 90, Swamishri accelerated the amount of service he led and inspired globally. He did not lessen the amount of service. He did not lessen his travels or social and spiritual activities, but rather took on larger, more difficult projects and tasks to contribute to society. In 1995, at the age of 75, Swamishri inaugurated the first traditional stone mandir in the modern period outside of India in Neasden, London. In 1999, at the age of 79, Swamishri traveled to Egypt and Israel to engage in interfaith dialogue with leaders of world religions. In the year 2000, Swamishri addressed the United Nations Millennium World Peace Summit in New York City on interfaith harmony and dialogue. In 2001, at the age of 81, he engaged in a similar conversation with leaders of the Arab and Gulf countries. In 2004, at the age of 83, he inaugurated the first traditional stone mandirs in North America in Houston and Chicago. In 2005, at the age of 85, Swamishri completed the building of Swaminarayan Akshardham, New Delhi. In 2007, at the age of 87, Swamishri traveled across North America and inaugurated traditional stone mandirs in Toronto and Atlanta. In 2009, at the age of 89, Swamishri visited the tribal village of Poshina in the Sabarkantha district of Gujarat to hold spiritual assemblies and massive substance de-addiction camps. In 2011, at the age of 90, Swamishri traveled to another tribal district in Bodali, Gujarat, to inaugurate a majestic mandir, which also serves as a social support center. In 2014, at the age of 94, and despite severe health ailments, Swamishri made a trip to the United States of America to inaugurate BAPS Sri Swaminarayan Mandir in Robbinsville, New Jersey, and lay the foundation for the Swaminarayan Akshardham to be located there. Amid these mandir inaugurations, special tours, and humanitarian efforts, Swamishri met hundreds of thousands of devotees, read and responded to a record number of their letters, answered their phone calls, and spoke to them in thousands of sabhas, assemblies. All with the same zeal and excitement as he had exhibited in the past. And let's pause our reading of In Love at ease there for now. A good reminder that the older one gets, it is not necessarily the case that we have to live a lesser and less impactful life. We can continue to do great things all the way to the time in which we say goodbye to our body. Another wonderful series of stories from the life of Pramukh Swami. Thank you for